Hi, I'm Steve Anzoni with Fairway Financial and welcome to Chalk Talk. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, one that I do often at my workshops and talk about on my radio show, buckets of wealth. So what exactly is buckets of wealth? For me, it's how you position your assets to put them in the right category for the right reasons. And people often confuse this with allocation, where they're looking at their whole pie chart of this fund and that fund and 60-40 and all these blends, when the reality is we really need to assign money and have purpose to money. So what I've done is I've developed this little system that I use when people come into my office and meet with me called buckets of wealth. So the first bucket, which I think is the most important, is income. After all, we work hard to save all our money in retirement, and the main purpose of that is to provide income for life, because our number one fear is running out of money. So we want to develop an income bucket using Social Security and pensions if we're fortunate enough to have them. And then if we have an overage and a need for that, we want to make sure we have money that's purposely designed for income. Next is inflation. We certainly don't want a check today to be that same check 5 or 10 years from now. So we want to have a bucket that's going to sit there and be used for future cost of living adjustments so that we can keep pace and do the things we want to do when we retire. The next bucket is an emergency bucket. We need to have funds available to just in case we need to have something done. If we need a new car, if the roof goes, or so on and so forth, we just need to have short-term money in a safe place. And the last bucket, which is the one that people most enjoy, is we got to have a fun travel bucket, a fun bucket. And I have a lot of fun with this because when I'm sitting with my clients, that's the one they want to fill first. But we have to make sure we have the income so that we can have the fun and the ability to do this. So how we fill these buckets is when we get down and we talk about the assets that you have and we assign them to the buckets based on needs and priorities. And for me, that's the way you want to have that money so that you don't take the money from the wrong bucket for the wrong reasons to try to accomplish the need you are, because that's when people can get into situations where it's too much taxes or they're pulling from a bucket that perhaps had a down return, and we don't want to do that. So here are the buckets of wealth. I'm here to help you put together a plan of action for you. My name's Steve Anzoni with Fairway Financial. Thanks for listening, and tune in for more educational videos.